ESPN and the ESPN app. Look at Clipper Dale right there, jamming. Now, I think it's safe to say, he don't need to go on Dancing with the Stars. I don't think he needs to do that. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he looks like Cedric the Entertainer until he starts dancing. But that suit is that suit. That is Clipper love right there.
You're not old enough to remember Soul Train line. He could be in that.
Actually,
I am. Perk are too young to remember that.
Don Cornelius?
Yes, sir.
I do remember that.
Soul Train line. He might be able to get himself.
I do remember that. I was reminded because sometimes I actually rocked the bell-bottom pants in the 80s. What can I say? Listen, let's go to this game 6 tonight, right? The key player in this game for the Clippers, Will Bond, is who?
Paul George. I mean, we can start searching for these things, trying to find some mystery if we want. If Paul George plays like he did in Game 5, chances are overwhelming that the Clippers will win. The Suns have to stop that.
What about Reggie Jackson?
Yes, in a Robin role. And the Batman role is Paul George.
All right. What about you, Perk?
For the Clippers, I'm going with Paul George. I mean, if he stays in his bag and he keeps that confidence up the way he's going, no one on the Phoenix Suns can stop him.
What about the Phoenix Suns? Because I'm thinking about Booker. I'm thinking about CP3, Perk. But I'm also thinking about DeAndre Ayton and how he has to have the ball. I don't think you win this game if you don't get DeAndre Ayton the ball. Who's the key player for the Phoenix Suns tonight in Game 6, Perk?
You know what? I'm going with Jay Crowder. I've been giving him a lot of heat. I think he's going to be the difference maker. I think CP3, Devin Booker, and Ayton, they're going to do what they do best, but I think Jay Crowder is going to be the difference maker tonight. I think he's going to rise to the occasion.
Wilbon, your thoughts?
I'm going to split it. Crowder and Bridges. If you look in the Lakers series, if you look in the Denver series, those guys delivered some dagger shots. I don't mean late in the game necessarily, early in the game to build the lead. Tonight's going to be a front-runner situation, just like the last 3 games. If anybody gets control of this game early, the chances are they're going to keep it. But Crowder and Bridges have got to hit some of the open shots. Those open shots have been produced by CP3, by the way, largely. They're getting shots. They're not hitting them.
Are you ready for this, y'all? Are both of y'all sitting down for this one? The key player for the Phoenix Suns to me, other than getting DeAndre Ayton the ball, of course, is Cameron Johnson. That man needs to have the ball more. This brother is shooting better than 50% from the field, better than 57% from the field. I mean, better than 50% from three-point range as well. This dude, when he has the ball in his hands, he's making shots. And if you're struggling to make shots, you need to get the ball to somebody who ain't struggling. So let's go to the prediction. Who you got? Clippers, Suns, Game 6, Mike Wilbon. Give it to me.
You know, from the beginning, I thought this series was destined to go 7 games. I'm going to stick with that. And to get 7 games, the Clippers are going to have to defend home court tonight.
So you're picking the Clippers?
Picking the Clippers.
Perk, who you got?
I picked the Suns in 6, and I'm rolling with the Suns in 6. I feel like they're going to come out and have a complete game. Finally, on the offensive end, they're going to make shots, and they're going to close this out on the road, led by Chris Paul.
Well, you were right about Game 5, if I remember correctly. Wilbon and I were wrong. Well, damn it, we taking our chances. We've been right a couple of games this series. We're taking our chances again. I'm rolling with the Clippers tonight to force a Game 7, fellas. I think Paul George is going to answer the call. I think Boogie Cousins is going to answer the call. I think Reggie Jackson is going to answer the call. And more importantly, I think Patrick Beverley and Terrence Mann are going to continue to be the pest that they have been. That's where I'm at with it. Any problem with that, guys?
That's the ensemble.
Stephen A. Mike Wilborn.
Go ahead, Perk.
Stephen A. Mike Wilborn, let me tell y'all something. Guess what? Right. I feel sorry for y'all loss.
Really? So you say that, right? You say that, right? You know, here's the funny part about Perk, right? So if Perk is wrong tonight, you know what he's going to say to us? Carry on. Carry on. That's what he's going to say. He's going to say, carry on. That's all he's going to say. And then disappear, all right? Okay, we getting on out of here. That's it for this Sports Center with yours truly. Game 6, Clippers, Suns, next. That's it for Sports Center. Countdown is next. Mark Jackson will be on the call for the Suns Clippers and joins us now live from inside the Staples Center. Good to see you, my man. When it comes to the Suns, what must they do tonight to end this series, Mark?
Well, great seeing you. They've got to make plays on the offensive end, and it starts with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They've struggled at times. Patrick Beverley has disrupted Devin Booker to a certain extent, frustrated him at times. And Chris Paul, if you ask Chris Paul, how would you ideally be defended with your offensive arsenal? He would probably say the way that the Los Angeles Clippers are defending me. He's missing mid-range jump shots. I never thought I'd say that. At a high clip, Chris Paul is missing mid-range jump shots. He's got to step up, be aggressive as a scorer, as a facilitator, and make them pay the price for daring him to hit those shots that he's hit his entire life at a high clip.
Mark, let me transition to this next guy who's been playing lights out as far as I'm concerned. He's only making $2.3 million this year in the last year of his contract. That's minimum wage in the NBA, for crying out loud. Well, actually, less than that. How impressed have you been with Reggie Jackson, who's doing all of this in his contract year?
I'm extremely impressed. And we're talking about a guy that admittedly considered retirement. He thought it was over for him. And when the lights got the brightest, he has played his best basketball with extreme confidence, taking the pressure off of Paul George. Even when Paul George hasn't been his best, Reggie Jackson has been absolute stellar, aggressively making shots, making plays, attacking the rim, and just being cool, calm, and collective. And a lot of that credit goes to Ty Lue, coaching him the way that he wants to be coached. And he's answering the bell with the plays that he's making night in and night out.
Mark Jackson, my brother from Queens, New York. Always good to see you, my man. See you tonight on the call. All right, take it easy. Wilbon, back to you. Let's go to CP3 for a second here because, listen, we know how great he is, but we've seen him in this series, and we have to acknowledge that the Suns seem to be moving at a slower pace with him in the game than they did with Cameron Payne, which seems to be working to the Clippers' advantage. What have you seen lately with CP3 running this offense?
The same thing Mark Jackson mentioned. And it's not running the up. Listen, they're getting open shots. How many times were you and I screaming at each other over that den of noise in Phoenix? They are getting the shots they want, including Chris Paul getting the shots he wants. When Mark Jackson talked about him missing those mid-range shots, that's the game that Chris Paul has that he uses to take advantage of so many others who want to see people either go to the basket entirely or stay outside the arc. He doesn't do that. And it's worked. Just look at the results. Look at the results last year in Oklahoma City. Look at the results all season, including the playoffs in Phoenix. Now, he went out. He missed those 2 games. Since he's come back, the Clippers seem to be defending him differently, but he is getting, to me, Stephen A., the shots he wants and is not making a high percentage.
It's that simple with Mike Wilbon Perk as it pertains to CP3. What about you? What are you seeing when he's in the game running the Suns offense?
Well, what I see is their pace have went down. Think about it. The first 2 series, the Phoenix Suns were up there far as with the best of them in their offensive pace. And what's happening now is that they're taking the ball out of bounds every time down. They're not getting stops. So you can't, if you're not getting stops, it's no pace because you can't get out and run. The Clippers are scoring every time down. If you look at Game 5, Marcus Morris went to work on them. I mean, what the Clippers shot over 48% from the field, they was making more than half of their buckets. You can't get out and run and get out and transition like that. Also, what is Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns also great at doing? Getting deflections, getting steals. Where the hell is Jay Crowder? We haven't seen him. He's on the back of a milk carton right now. Somebody find him. File a missing person report. We got to find him as well. He was the X factor in the Denver series defensively. He's not doing nothing in this series. Well, they got to get out in transition, and they got to get stops to get the pace going.
All I got to say to you is, oh, no, you didn't talk about Jamie Crowder like that. Oh, no, you didn't, but you did. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go to it. Let's go to the videotape right now, Wilbon. Big Perk. Number 5 on the list, DeAndre Ayton. Check out the underhanded granny shot. I don't know if it's Rick Barry or grandfather, but look at the shot from the Bahamian. He made the shot. It looked good. It looked good. I will say he looked better than he did in Game 5, but I'm not going to fault him for that. Oh, no, you didn't. Hit that shot in warm-up. But only shoot 9 shots in the game. Oh, no, you didn't on DeAndre Ayton, but you did. Let's go to number 4 on the list, please. Let's roll that tape. Look at this right here. R.J. Barrett crosses over, then makes a step back. Okay, this is Barrett, a member of the New York Knicks, playing as a team member of Team Canada because he's a Canadian. He led them in scoring with 23 points in their win over Greece. Here's all I have to say. Oh, no, you didn't. Make that jump shot that you never made in the first round series against the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, no, you didn't.
I knew it was.
Until then, to make the damn jump shot. I wish I would have seen that against the Hawks, R.J. Barrett. I still love you, though, and I still believe in you. Let's go to number 3 on the list, please. Clint Capella. Look at this shot over the backboard. It looked very Jordan-esque, Wilbon. Look at that shot right there. All over the board. Jordan Bird. Oh, no, you didn't. He's trying to act like you Larry Bird or Michael Jordan.
You see him in this
Clint Capella. Oh, no, you didn't. But he did. Look at that right there. Over Brook Lopez. I'm so surprised.
7-footer and the glass.
Let's go to number 2 on the list. Please roll the tape. Giannis. Clint Capella tries to go to the rim with fervor, thinking he gonna dunk on somebody. Giannis said, get that out of here. Oh, no, you didn't try to dunk on me. Oh, no, you didn't. What nerve, what gall, the temerity, the unmitigated gall for you to do such a thing like that. Who do you think you are? Don't you know who I am? You better now. Giannis Antetokounmpo had something to say about this. Now look at this last one right here. Number 1 on the list, ladies and gentlemen, Paul George. Look at the move he puts on CP3. Didn't look like a push-off like Jordan did with Byron Russell. Didn't look like, but look, ooh, that was nasty right there. And a slight pause and a pull-up. Oh, no, you didn't. Do that
right
to CP3 like that. Baby. Oh, no, you didn't. But you did.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Still ahead. Don't miss it.